Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Mates episode. It's great to be back with you all on this fine Friday morning, a chilly Friday morning here in Australia. A little bit of a cool snap coming in from the polar regions of the world, actually. So it has dropped quite. I mean, Craig's sitting there in the singlet like it's bloody summer still. I'm here in a long sleeve polo right now, and Craig's sitting there in a singlet. So we're quite contrasting. So mate, GM to you, and happy, obviously, Thursday night to everyone across the rest of the world. Lots to cover today. I thought we'd change the direction. Like, obviously, we've had a few interviews lately talking all things NFTs, which has been fantastic. So one thing that we haven't spoke about on the show for a long time is actually altcoins. So I thought I'd pull it up as well, and I thought we could go through some charts with everyone in the chat and just see what everyone's talking about. So GM to everyone, mate, and GM to you, Craig. How are you feeling? How's things over your side? I mean, a little bit further south. So, surely you're cold, mate. Surely you are cold.
Yeah, no, I just got out the shower not long ago, man. So I normally,
That'll do it.
yeah. So that was quite nice. But don't let this outfit fool you, man. I've got trackies on down below, man. So
I see. Okay.
Similar to trackies and socks. Actually, I've got socks on. So we're into that phase of the moon now. But yeah, dude, no, I'm good. Thank you. I'm glad it's Friday. I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's been a pretty big week for us. Some pretty big interviews and, lots of news coming out. So it'll be nice to have a couple of days rest. But pretty keen to get stuck into some altcoins. Like you said, we haven't really looked at alts or memes really much lately. It's been a lot of Bitcoin news, I think. So yeah, it might be good to look at those and just see where everything's at, because everything kind of pumped, didn't it, the last 48 hours, and now we're dumping. So what are we going to do?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, let's comment on that first. We'll obviously get into it shortly. Like, there are a few news articles that we want to talk about, or not necessarily even articles, but just topics that are playing on the news events that are happening. I want to touch base, obviously, on NFTs. They've had a bit of a pullback as well. Like, I mean, in just the past week, Craig, Azuki is down 25%. Coders are down 17%. Moonbird's down 14%. Doodle's down 11%. Hypers over on Hyperliquid down 7%. Little Pudgy's down 10%. Mutants down 16%, Pudgy Penguins down 5%, Apes down 10%. So NFTs have seen a bit of a correction after a really aggressive 5-week move. Yeah, I mean, like, it's an interesting time in the markets, and I think the main sort of catalyst for that, if I bring up some news events, let me just, I'm still working out which is the right setups here. Sorry, but here we go.
I'm just sharing everything as well, and X is not loving me at the moment.
Yeah, so I mean, look, we're still getting updates like this, right? Iran, another explosion heard in southern, province. So like, there's just a lot happening in the world with just indecision around peace talks, with Trump coming out and saying, "Oh, dude, you can't even listen to that man anymore." It's just like, it's honestly not even worth listening to a thing he says, because he's a chronic liar, and he's he's just literally flips it to flip the American story that we're all good. Like, one of his posts this morning was literally like, no, the Iranians have been destroyed. None of our American stuff is in this. Like, it's just absolute garbage. And then you go and look at actual facts, and it's like, no, son, like, you're out of place here. So, I mean, he come out and did that. And then also he, like, dude is just a lunatic. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it out.
A lunatic's a great word.
He's just a lunatic, man. Like, I don't even know is that a common word in America? I don't know. But anyways, but basically, like, what I mean by that is just, it's like, he's just like all over the place. Like, all of a sudden he's like I'm lost for words. There you go. I'm lost for words. I can't even talk about it. But basically, it's impacting markets in so many ways. Basically, he has indecision. He basically keeps going between A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then he'll come back and do B, then he'll go to F, then he'll go to Z. Yeah. And sure enough, we read this morning, President Trump threatens to raise tariffs on the EU if it does not drop tariffs to 0 by the 4th of July. It's like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? Like, seriously, like, he's broken, like, world law by firing on Iran and starting a war over there. And now he's trying to call out other countries as well that have had, like, ongoing negotiations, but not even negotiations, ongoing deals for a long, long time. And he just wants to make America great again. I feel like you're sending America to the dirt, mate. Like, I genuinely do. And I think the long-lasting effects in the decades to come, Craig, America is losing its power as the world superpower. I mean, it's moving more and more into China's hands. And I mean, India is coming up as a economy and everything as well. So yeah, it's a very interesting time for America. And I feel like Americans don't realize that too. And again, like, like I'm speaking from experience living in Australia outside of America, but would love to get your take on that, Craig. Like over the period of history of humans, like different countries go through different periods of time. Obviously, the Roman Empire, obviously Greeks before that. More recently, you obviously had the East India Trading Company. The UK was massive when London really became the forefront of the economic world for a long time. Then the US really has adopted technology over the past sort of 50, 100 years. So they've come to the forefront. China's very much coming through that developing nation, now very much a developed nation, and now very much approaching the top of the economies and at top of the world superpower. So what's your opinion, Craig? Like, I actually feel like Trump is probably hurting America more than helping them.
Yeah, I think it's the death rules of a dying animal. I think it's America. I don't even think it's at the halfway point. I think it's in its final quarter. And you can, people a lot smarter than me, you can actually graph it. It's quite cyclic superpowers, and America's like, so if it's on the bell curve, they're not 80% of the way through. And there's a lot of social things you can look at to plot the end of a society. I won't go through them because they're a little bit controversial. I know people get bees in their bonnets, so we won't bring it up. But anyway, I can't wait to see the powerful Australian under the Albanese government become #1 in the world, Greenie. We're looking strong, man.
I just told Craig, apparently literally in the past like 48 hours, our conglomerate, Woolworths and Coles, which are our two main grocery suppliers, have increased like prices of everyday items by like 30 to 40%. So and you know what? You know who's to blame for this? Donald Trump. Because he started a war, he messed up the oil supply. I mean, sure, look, our country is in a different state of position. We should have had more oil. I mean, well, fuel on our own lands, all that sort of stuff. But obviously, it is a indirect catalyst from Donald Trump, and that obviously impacts markets as well. But it also impacts everyday wallets. Our interest rates have gone up here in Australia, unlike America, due to the inflation demand. With groceries, with fuel, with cost of living, and the rich get richer in our country yet again. I mean, it's so true, and I feel like a lot of people. Yeah, we'll have a look at the Coinbase chart later in the show. I do have an article to bring up, or a topic to talk about with Coinbase shortly. Craig, the separation. It's going to be like there is like, you know, the middle class is leaving. Like I do agree with that. I feel like. The world was always like poverty, middle class, upper class. I feel like as time goes on, particularly with AI, particularly with stocks, but particularly with where the world is heading, the middle class is like becoming obsolete, and people are either going to be too poor to live or they're going to be too rich. And that's honestly where the world is heading. And it's proof of the pudding right now.
Yeah. Erosion of the middle class has been happening for some time. You can
good to see you on the show. It's been such a long time since I've seen you, mate. What time is it? It must be over midnight there. It must be like 1 a.m. nearly. Mate, good to see you on the show, mate. Good to see you. Sorry to interrupt you, Craig. Go back.
All right. What's up, Sexy? Nice to see you. Look. Yeah, Australia's like, because Australia's a bit of a nanny state, or a welfare state, the middle class are being eroded, and now that lots of the middle class are ending up in lower class, if you want to call it that, or whatever you want to call it, the poorer side of the coin, and they become very reliant on welfare and the welfare system. So like, it's quite a burden to the rest of us, I guess you'd say. And there's definitely not a big divide between those who've made it and those who just never will now. And it's kind of sad, man. Like, you know, I think America, being the land of opportunity, is probably not quite as green as that once was in the 80s and 90s. America was just pumping and industrially, like pumping. And Australia probably was to a certain degree as well, a little bit later, but that's all tightening up now. So, I mean, I know I'm going to guess everyone listening right now is feeling the pinch of prices on their pocket, man. I am for sure. It's terrible timing for all these things to go up in price, Green. You in a bear market, dude. I'm like, hey,
Craig, but also we bought a house and our rates.
Leave me alone, eh? Stop.
The stress of me with the mortgage and like how much it's gone up since we bought, and like we haven't even moved in. I said to my wife literally this morning, I said, I wouldn't feel so bad about the mortgage rate increases if we were living in the house that we were living in. Right?
So you could look around and go, this is,
and you're like, okay, it's like, hey, this is fine. Yeah, whereas I'm still renting in this place for the next 2 months, and rates just keep bloody getting hiked. It's a so basically. Anyways, shout out to Sexy because we obviously been doing a couple shows inside GTG. He for the people who are familiar, he's obviously one of the traders inside GTG and one of the goats.
He's
but yeah, anyways,
phenomenal. He's phenomenal. His
like,
charts are just off their heads.
my goal is to just trade with Sexy, with yourself and people on the channel, talk through it and just make as much money as possible from day trading now, because
I need it, man. I need as much money as I can, Greeny, because bloody hell.
I know. GM to you, Hugo, as well. Airstrip, good to see you as well, legend. But Airstrip agrees. Like, the divide between the poverty and the wealthies and the middle class is becoming obsolete. So it's like, I want to be in the upper class. I feel like everybody wants to be in the upper class, but how do we
need to make it?
But like, how do we achieve that? Maybe the answers are sitting in this box because I still haven't unpacked it. So maybe I need to do that today. Maybe I do.
You got to send your application to the Illuminati, to the Queen of England, man. That's what you got to do. You got to join the Illuminati. Really, give her a letter and say, look, I understand what you guys are doing, and I just want in. I just want to end.
Yeah, we spoke about this. We spoke about this yesterday, Craig. But we should have pivoted to what do you call these, semiconductors? Because this is the return of those in the past 5 months.
I feel so dumb when I see this stuff, because I'm like,
it makes me not angry because we speak about it on the show, but like
furious.
It makes me just like, it's just a lot. I cannot wait. And what I love about HIP3 on Hyperliquid and very much where the world is heading is that you will be able to trade these and buy these very easily in the future on chain.
Yeah, that'll be sick.
Like, and it makes it so much easier as an Australian, right? Because in theory, you don't have to trade personally, which is fantastic. As always, please research this, do your own research, guys. Trading is extremely risky, no matter what asset it is. None of this is financial advice, but yeah, it just makes it easier. I like to trade these sort of things. Like, I mean, yeah, look, Hyperliquid is a fantastic platform. I've fallen in love with it. I use it as a hedge platform to trade against, obviously, my other accounts when I want to have like two positions. Like, I want to have a long, or I want to double down on a short scalp as well as a short swing trade. So there's, I absolutely love it. But yeah, Craig, we should have pivoted to the stock market about 6 months ago or even a year ago, and we would have been very happy. Now, Craig has been telling me off camera, guys, that he thinks that there is going to be a black swan event. He tweeted about it as well yesterday. What's wrong with Craig, guys? Has he lost the plot, or is this actually something that's going to happen? Obviously, early in the week, and I did see this on the news, there is a virus cluster linked to a cruise ship. Now, obviously, we don't know the extent of this. There hasn't really been an update in the past 4 days from the World Health Organization. But is this the first sign of a global catastrophe in Craig's eyes as a conspiracy theorist? Or is Craig out to lunch, chat? Let me know. Interesting to see, though. Interesting to see.
Oh man, with me and those bold predictions, I just think it's cyclic, just like the weather, just like the markets, just like the news. So I think, even though I sound a bit out to lunch and I sound a few sandwiches short of a picnic, I still think there'll be a black swan event, and the news is going to give us something what I would call ludicrous. But it's going to be, I mean, this.
It's going to, hey, you're praying for a black swan event. That's just going to separate the classes even more. It's going to separate the classes even more.
Yeah, yes, it shall. And what I, as horrible as a black swan event will be, I like to think at least, because perhaps hopefully I'm a little bit smarter than the average person reading the news. I think I should be able to take advantage of it and make some money from the stupidity out there. So I don't like people getting scared. I don't like people like my mum and dad sitting at home and getting told that this next thing's going to kill them. Look, I've lived a long time. I've seen swine flu, bird flu, bat flu, human flu, flea flu, every flu, man. Like, how many more flus can we have?
Mad cow disease.
Mad cow disease, that was a pretty good one. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next one they serve us. What I'm really looking forward to is my 38K Bitcoin price target being hit due to that, Granny, and doing a sick 10x off the bottom. Generational entries, please. COVID 2.0. Let's go.
A 10x from 38K. We'll come back to this Coinbase article. Here is what I was talking about earlier about how you have like durations of time where you have like periodic countries outperforming power across the world. And as you can see, US is. I wonder when this changes. I don't think we're far away from a change. If you do look, this was obviously a larger period of time compared to the Soviet Union, and it's very interesting to see where the US is in terms of the. I feel like China's going to come to the forefront, which I don't know. Australia's obviously got that. We try to be diplomatic with everyone.
Yeah.
Like I think that's our issue. Not maybe our issue, but
Cowards,
also
eh? Cowards?
I don't know though. Like I understand. Like we have strong partnerships with Japan, we have strong partnerships with China, we have strong partnerships with the US. But at the end of the day, you can't please everyone, and
Yeah.
you need to be your own nation as well. Like I mean, we've spoken at length about. I think it was last year how Australia sells their gas and all their resources. We should be one of the richest countries in the world with the amount of natural resources we have. Yet we ship them away at a cheap cost and have to buy them back, which is just it's just crazy. But anyways, back to crypto, back to how all of this, and I mean, it's always good to, hey, the reason we're talking about all this is because it's contextual and it impacts markets. So when you understand fundamentals and you apply that knowledge to obviously technicals, which we very much focus on this show, it allows you to form a bias, it allows you to form an opinion, and allows you to trade with a little bit more confidence and comfortability. Coinbase buys $88 million worth of Bitcoin in Q1, Craig, 2026. Is this a surprise to you? They're just doubling down. I mean, they're making a lot of money, obviously, to double down on their Bitcoin holdings.
It's a juicy buy. It's a fantastic looking number, isn't it? 88 at the front and all those zeros. Yeah, I mean, is that good? Yeah, it's great, really, isn't it? I hope every company starts going balls deep into Bitcoin fairly soon. But I wonder what the entry was. Yeah, I wonder what they bought for. Did they buy just before the dump, Greenie?
I feel like Q1, like, I mean, yeah, it could have been anywhere between like 90 something, like could be 97K down to 59. Yeah, it's quite a large area of
but
spread.
No, I guess bullish. I guess bullish. I'm trying to keep positive because it's very easy, I think, after a while to get numb to these articles and just be like, oh, it's nothing. But I don't think these things are nothing. They are something, but it's just humans, man. We get so used to news events that we just need a bigger thing, a bigger thing, a bigger thing. But I mean, in 21, this would have been massive, dude. Massive. Yeah. Like this would have gone gangbusters. So no, it is bullish. What's Robinhood? What's Vlad saying?
Well, yeah, Vlad's come out and said that the US is very close to passing the Crypto Clarity Act to ensure American dominance. Dude, there it is again in digital finance.
Get this done, man. Get it done.
Dude, how much is
talking about it?
I'm so sorry, but how up yourself are America? It's wild. Anyways, White House targets July 4th, Craig, which is only a month away now, for the Clarity Act passage, says crypto advisor Patrick Witt. Not sure where he's from, but basically there's some confluence across two articles there that the Clarity Act is not far away. We could be weeks away from the Clarity Act. Probably one of the most bullish times in crypto history when that gets passed, I would have to say.
Me too. Yeah, it is. It really is bullish. And we've been speaking about this since I think the start of the year.
Yeah, a long time.
But the only issue is they keep putting a news article out and they just push the date back. Like every 2 weeks they have it's looking positive for 2 weeks time, and then 2 weeks time comes and it's like it's looking positive for July. It's like, oh my God, man. So every time I see it's like you get is it Loomis, what's her name? Cynthia comes out and says, she's pretty pro Bitcoin. She's like, oh, look, it looks like we might be close. Oh man, it's a lot of turn throwing. Basically, I guess it's just the banks arguing with everyone else about the yield. So yeah, hopefully we can get this done. This for me is a big deal. This is a big deal.
It's a massive deal. It's a massive deal. Yeah.
Probably one of the biggest things we've had come out. So like if this gets passed and it's even neutral to crypto, I think neutral or better will be extremely positive. I'm just sick of waiting, man. I'm just so sick of waiting. But banks, man, God, you got to love the banks, don't you?
As Hugo says, stablecoin yield has been the holdup. Exactly right. Banks pushing against it. Fair enough. It completely destroys their model, right? Crypto companies will cave. Won't give the yield for just holding. Will have to do something for the yield. Okay, interesting, Hugo.
Like staking or something like that, or locking it up, or Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, this will be great, Greeny. I look forward to the day we can jump on and go, great news, guys, this has passed. I just think it'll be such a massive moment for crypto. And I think, you'll see other countries start to follow suit. It really is a big news article. It's just, gee, it gets boring saying soon, soon, soon. It's like,
Yeah,
fuck.
I mean, we've been saying soon for months. Yeah, we have. Last topic before we dive into some charts. Anthropic signs Elon Musk SpaceX for a colossal one compute ahead of June IPO. So for those that aren't aware, SpaceX is about to IPO in less than a month. This is pretty big. The Colossus one data center, the latest partnership stitched onto its AI infrastructure build out. Pretty bullish for both Anthropic and obviously SpaceX. I mean, we have
Colossus,
a look at securing.
Great name, bro.
That is a good name. Securing access to more than 220,000 NVIDIA GPUs within a month. That is a lot of compute and a lot of power. Raising Claude Opus API rate limits, doubling Claude Co's 5-hour limits for paid and enterprise customers, boosting their whole Claude services. So the partnership comes just weeks before their IPO. Yeah, like, dude, in fact, yeah, it's crazy to read about this. But Craig, we spoke about this again throughout the week. Is the bubble going to pop when all these companies go IPO? I don't know. Like, everyone would be in profit. Like, I mean, do you just open like some of the largest shorts, or do they just keep on pumping because that's where AI is going? I mean, I listen to Easy's show now because he's on it. He's replaced the phone at 9 a.m. And so he talks everything like AI infrastructure, ETFs, all that sort of stuff. And I very much agree with him. Like, where else would you be pretty comfortable sort of maybe hedging your bets over the next 5 years? Even crypto, I struggle to, I get the infrastructure play, but you can't really get exposure to the AI infrastructure in crypto necessarily. Like, I mean, you can't buy ETH and expect the infrastructure to outperform in the token itself, right? So it's hard to be a macro bull on crypto. I'm not trying to be a fudder here. I'm not trying to be controversial. And I'm genuinely speaking from how is crypto going to maintain relevance as AI continues to just go bang?
Yeah, that is a tough one. The only answer I can give is Bitcoin. Crypto's a little bit different. A lot of crypto doesn't have any place or rhyme or reason to exist. So
true.
we're a bit of a laughing stock. I would say the only thing in crypto that matters is Bitcoin and stable coins.
So meme coins don't mean anything?
No. As much as I love shilling them.
Short everything.
I think there's going to be a massive short opportunity coming up in the next months to years. And I think you're going to be like a pig in shit, Greeny, for the next few years, dude. Shorting. I will come out of retirement and I will short this dirty dog all the way to Mordor, man, when this all dumps and the whole world falls apart. I'm the next, what's it, Michael Burry? What was his name? The Big Short? What's that guy's name?
Oh, yeah. I forget his last name. What's his name?
Yeah, who's basically been short for 2 decades and he finally got it right. Actually, he got smoked recently when the market pumped. He got smoked.
He's lost his touch. Let's just say that he's lost his touch.
Puma bear.
Yeah, people probably think I'm a perma bear, and I'm not. I like talking from a realistic perspective. As a trader, as an investor, like, what is the upside? Like, that's the real question. Outside of pockets, let's call it. I think that's a good description. Pockets of trends, of narratives, of metas, of speculation, of hype. Of course, yes. Don't get me wrong. I will be there. I will try to make money in that industry, but I'm walking away with profit as soon as possible. Like, it's the same with these NFTs, man. Like, they're down, 10% already. It's like that pocket has already kind of filled the void for a 6 weeks period, and now not many people are talking about it anymore. I mean, that was that fantastic article that you shared, that Raoul Paul obviously shared as well, which was great to get a bit of eyes on that. It was well written. That person actually follows me.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he follows me, and I followed him back. So, really good article if you are an NFT lover. I should, Craig, I'm sure you could find it and chuck it in the chat. But basically, the perspective of that article was very much around how the NFT market is going to position itself as more of a collector standpoint. Is mainly the takeaway, Craig. Would you agree with that? And and that you're just so early to it. Like and we spoke about this with Ben, we spoke about this with Betty as well. Like at some stage, and Craig's chucked it in the chat now, guys. At some stage, I do agree that digital, like, I mean, and basically the article goes into the whole unpacking of, well, these huge conglomerates of art and collectors and whatnot are already moving digital. So NFTs like become the Pokemon of cards. They become the Damien Hirst of art, or whatever the top art is, right? You get what I mean? Like they were the first collections on the blockchain under the whole realm of digital art / digital collectibles. That's pretty bullish. But again, it's going to be, you got to pick the right ones. And also, what time period are we talking? Are we talking like a 20-year period? Are we talking a 10-year period? If AI comes and disrupts the world for the next 5 years, well, I don't really see people buying NFTs in the next 5 years. So I don't know. What are your thoughts here, Craig? I think it is a very bullish article. I think it's a really down to earth, actually fundamentally strong article around the future of potential AI, NFTs. Does it relate to PFPs, or does it just purely relate to art? That's probably the real definition. Right?
A couple of good questions in there. One, I think it's a long-term outlook. So it's not, I don't think anyone's going to, actually, I'll take that back. You'll read it and I think you'll get I got quite bullish from reading it, but it's something that I thought a long time ago. And that's actually why I got an X copy in the last bear. I did sell it in the bull though. But I think things like X copies, Fidenzas, there's going to be certain NFT. I'll speak art first. I think there'll be certain NFTs. Beeple probably will. I mean, but he's out of my price range, unfortunately. That the big fella. But I think pieces like that have a historic. Oh, cool! You're scrolling through it. Thank God, because my memory's not great. I wouldn't say I'm definitely not an art connoisseur, but I think art's very much going to have its place. And I think we've already seen, we saw Macy's having sales and things like that. So I think we're already seeing NFTs. It's already in the art world. It's just when it becomes undeniable. But that could still be. Man, it could be a decade away, like you said. It could be 2 decades away, and then we could see this like giga run. I think we could see something pretty phenomenal where it's just so frothy. But man, if you look at the real estate cycle, dude, maybe it's in 2 decades at the top of the next real estate cycle. So it could be, man, I could be 60 years old when these finally, gigascend. So
what would be your picks then? If you had to pick, I mean, if you had endless money, obviously you'd try and buy everything. But like, if you had to pick like NFT art, what would you pick? Something more liquid like Squiggles, which are more affordable down at 2 ETH, or something premium like a Fidenza at 20 ETH. Sam Spratt must sit in that in-between stage. The Ringers sit at around that 8 ETH mark as well. Obviously, there's a range of others. We've obviously seen a few more over the past week do really well.
I think punks.
What do you think? You think punks? Okay.
I just think they have a real culture to them. I think punks I think they sit nicely in that PFP category, but also in that art category. I think they're a beautiful blend. I like punks. Fidenza I like as well. I think X copy. Oh man, I think that basket, the ones you just went through, Squiggles, as well. Admittedly, I would need to look more into Squiggles. I haven't really given them a lot of a very big look or understanding of it. I don't get it. But then so art's funny like that. You don't always get it.
It's very subjective. Art is subjective. It's a premium asset. It is let's call it an above premium. And if the world is moving, Craig, as we said at the start of the show, into an upper class and lower class divide where the middle class just becomes obsolete, well, then maybe art is inevitable, right? Maybe art is inevitable.
It's also a good way that the wealthy transfer funds, and they've done it for a long, long time. So art's like the perfect laundering machine. The upper echelon use quite a lot. So that's why sometimes art goes for such huge amounts, because they're just moving money around.
Couple of comments there. Couple of comments. Sexy, like digital cards have been seeing a nice volume increase. I mean, Pokemon, etc. A nice volume increase too. Yeah, I mean, their digital collectibles are becoming the future, without a doubt. And I agree. Art Airstrip is an art collector. So Airstrip, I'd love to get your opinion on all of this, because we've spoken a few times in DMs about NFTs and art and all of that. And guys, don't forget, we are going to look at some charts very shortly, but I just thought we'd start here because art has really done well recently in the NFT collection. Hugo says Squigs are a steal, but I definitely need a Videnza, hopefully soon. Only thing about Squigs is 10K. Squigs first collection or art blocks. And if Gen Art truly blows up, art blocks will be considered pioneers. Yeah. But I mean, there's so many different art block collections. That's the tricky part. Airstrip says Squiggles by far best R2R, in my opinion, for people not heavy in the art space. I mean, at 2 ETH, Craig, it's still a lot of money. Like,
no, really, yeah, and just vault it for a decade and just be like, don't look at this, don't sell it. That's actually what I told myself with my X copy, and then it did a 4X, and I broke my rule and I sold it immediately. Where I was actually meant to vault it for a decade and I didn't. So I'm looking to buy back in. It's actually dropped 70% again, Greeny. So yeah, but I agree. I think a good play is Bitcoin, bro. I think my perfect. Bitcoin and a punk.
The pivot there was so good.
Bitcoin and a punk, Greeny.
It's just so funny, chat. Like, I'm sorry, I have to laugh at that. Craig, we're full conversation here about art, and Craig just goes, "Hey guys, I think a good position is Bitcoin." It's so funny that his eyes are Bitcoin logos, guys. It's pretty fun.
Funny than Kobe 2.0.
Sorry, go back on your point though. Go back on your point.
My perfect wallet would be full of Bitcoin and full of punks and full of Fidenzas. I would like that and just hold that for a decade and be rich. And that's how I'm going to get into the upper class. Probably holding those bad boys.
I wanted punks to come down a little bit further, but they haven't. I don't know if I would buy a punk these days. I don't know. My worry with NFTs, Craig, is Ethereum token price.
Yeah. That is a liability. Hey, Graro, thoughts on Final Bosu? Yeah, Final Bosu just announced the moving to Ethereum.
Yeah, the amount of people, dude, it's so funny on the timeline. It's people saying, well, yet another project leaves Abstract, and then other people in the comments going, well, what did that NFT collection do to Abstract? I said, well, it's not. I haven't commented. I'm just reading what other people have said, and they go, well, not much. And it's like, yeah, but they're still leaving Abstract because there's no volume, there's no interest, there's no liquidity. Very interesting, I thought. Very interesting. It's very interesting times. I mean, like, I don't really care about a lot of NFT collections. I will be real.
Not when you're talking punks, Greeny. Why would you even
look
for
I mean,
not when you're an ape, Greeny. You don't
not
look
when I hold a Bored Ape Yacht Club ape. Sorry, guys. You need to get on my level. As an upper class NFT collector. And here we are talking about art. How dare you bring Final Bozo into this conversation today? Anyways,
about punks, Greeny. Why are you Are you bearish on him, eh?
No, I'm not bearish on punk. I'm bearish on Ethereum. Craig. Like, it's done. Literally, I saw a tweet this morning. If you bought so good. It was like, if you were 22 in 2018 and you bought Ethereum then, you would be break even today when you're a 30-year-old. And I just like cracked up. I was like, holy shit, that's actually so real. It's so real. That's my worry, is that they're pegged to ETH. Now, obviously, if ETH goes down, you would assume the ETH floor value in terms of the number would go up to match the value in US dollars. That would be one to assume. But Airstrips are right. If you could afford a punk to vault, I would do it ASAP. I mean, I would. I bought a punk last year, had to sell it, and it was that trade played out exactly as I thought. It was a 90 grand entry. They ran to 250. I was like, there's basically a 3x. I would have made so much. Instead, I lost that much in a bloody scam, is what it is. It's hard though. Like, we spoke about this a few months ago, and Airstrip maybe hadn't followed the show at that stage. I spoke about it with you. I said, Craig, what would you rather own? Or not that it was like an actual decision, but it was something I was talking through and thinking about. would you rather own a punk, or would you rather put the same, not the same money, it's obviously going to be a bit more, or would you rather put the same amount of money and a little bit more down on a house? And so I went the latter, and now punks are pretty holding up okay, and my housing is costing me an absolute fortune per week at the moment, so I need to make more money. So I don't know. Look, if punks, I mean, I've pulled up. Hold on, let me pull up the actual website. If punks, Craig, here it is. Okay, if punks get down to the 50K region, I would be tempted. 40 to 50K US, I would be pretty tempted to buy a punk there. I think not from the point of being, I feel it would be, and then it would be hard for me not to trade it if they started trading back towards 100 to 250K. Like I think in time they do. It's just as we've been kind of talking about with chat is, at what time frame are we talking that? I mean, they ran to 240K last cycle. I think they continue to do very well. I think it's just more of a long-term pick. I think I'd consider between the 40, 50K bracket. I don't know if we see it though. I don't know if we see it. But then I worry about holding a punk and an ape at the same time. Like I feel like that's too much exposure. Like I'd rather try and plow like 50 grand into a couple of altcoins and get like a 2-3x, right? I don't know if punks do it in the same time frame. Like I might, you need to, and this is what I've done all like over my past 3 years of full-time trading. It's like, you have the money, but like, what's a better decision? Like if your money, like right now, like my ape, right? We have 20, it's locked up like 20 something grand. I'm like, well, in the same time frame that the ape might go from 20 to say 30 grand, maybe an NFT, maybe a meme coin or an altcoin that I could have been in might do like a 4x, right? And then I could have bought 2 apes, right? It's an interesting juggle. It also goes back to the whole conversation we talk about frequently is looking at your portfolios holistically as well, and being like, well, as you said, like, okay, you own a bit of Bitcoin, that's just a passive long-term play. You'll look to add to that position. You'll look to get out of it when we're at extensions of price, right? When price is really high, you'll look to maybe take profit. When price is really low, maybe you'll add to it, right? I would say it's obviously more difficult when you hold an NFT because you can't break up the liquidity of the value. Exactly. It's not fractional. So
you need to buy 3 punks, really, Greeny. I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would need to buy 3 apes. You would need to buy 3 punks. Where the fuck is this money coming from? We're in a bear market, chat. We're in a bear market. So,
but you're right though, and I look at it like that as well. So I look at it kind of like baskets, right? You know, you've got a long-term basket, maybe that might be your Bitcoin again. Then you might have a medium-term basket that might be NFTs. Or something like that. And then short-term baskets might be whatever meta's popping off at that time. Could be meme coins, could be AI, could be who even knows, man. The next friend tech, like who knows what's going to come. But you can't really plan for those short metas. You just have to have dry powder on the side.
Correct. And that's the thing. You have to have the money there ready to rumble.
That's why you've got to have money, because if you put, and I was guilty of this in 21, is just fully allocating into things. And then metas would pop off. Like apes at 0.7 Ethereum, and I was like, "Fuck!" I can't say I knew they would run, but you know, you get that tingle, but you don't have the money. It's frustrating. These bad boys pulling back now below 9 Ethereum.
Okay, so now my question becomes: well, at what price should I be buying a second ape so that I don't have to sell the zombie? Or if they do both go to 100 grand, well, then holy shit, I've just turned 30 grand into, or 30, 40 grand into 200 grand. Like it just seems like a simple, again, trade. And I'm here to make money. I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Price wise, if we're in USD, what, 15?
So they're at 23 now. So basically like just below my entry, my entry is 24. I'm pretty sure from memory.
Yeah. I'd probably try and cop another one at 15. Something around there. But I would start edgy.
That's 40 grand in NFTs. That like 40 grand in something like an alt that might do well. Like, or 40 grand spent, like 10 grand in like hype, 10 grand in Nia, 10 grand in Tau, like altcoins that might thrive, and then they do like a 5x in the same time that apes only do a 2x. It's like, I need more money, chat. We need more money. And day trade. I need my day trading to make me tens of thousands of dollars so that I can afford to be like, yeah, no, I can buy a second ape, those sorts of things.
Same. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this little NFT pullback goes over the next little while. See if it pulls back big or if this is just a more shallow pullback. And then we start to move north again. I am watching this with interest now because this will kind of, we did have fresh mints running as well, so that was kind of a good sign. But all this can come to an end quite quickly. Hype can leave this for a while, can go into meme coins, can go into altcoins, can go anywhere. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, Mutants pulled back to, so are they 3-4 now? Maybe 3-4, 3-5, which is
see, that's and as Raro, I've lost the connection. As Raro says, like it's all about Ethereum, Craig. It's not necessarily about the floor. They're at 3,500. Did you sell your first one? Don't tell me you're bag holding your first mutant.
No, I missed the exit, bro. I missed it by about 100 US.
See, you need to be flexible on your exits. We speak about that on the show. Be greedy with an entry, flexible on your exits. It's one of the best trading pieces of alpha I could ever speak about.
Yeah, when mine got as close as the first row, and then it pulled back. So that's how close it was.
Hey, see this? See this? Click that.
Except operate with it.
Click the WETH opposite and dump that next time.
Yeah, so I'm going to hope for a bounce now, Greeny. I'm going to hope for a bounce now. So if
I don't think you're going to get it. I think we pull back. I think we pull back a bit.
Yeah, so do I. I think we pull back as well. I'm going to buy another 8 mutants if we go lower.
Yeah, we'll see. Dude. I have 5 coders as well. That's a patient play. So like I'm already deeply exploded. I got 15 ETH in NFTs. It's like I don't know if I really want to allocate much more. Is the thought. Yeah.
No, me neither. Me neither. Hey, Bitcoin's 80K, Greeny. We're back
it's below 80K. Craig, well, Craig, it was 82 just yesterday, mate, and now it's back below 80. So I am short. There's my short. I'll just delete that. But yeah, I'm short. Like we tapped up into this log area with the golden pocket, the top of this channel, the second standard deviation of the VWAP as well. So interesting area. Like, I mean, if we're going to bounce, we bounce from here. If we don't bounce from here, we go to 77. If we don't bounce from 77, we go down to 73. Don't bounce from 73, we go down to 70-ish, 71-ish. So I am short, but my short's now protected. Stop loss break even. So I'm riding it for free, basically. I took a little bit of profit. I would love to see a pullback. Honestly, I'd love to see us pull back all the way to here. And if not deeper, like we'll just wait and see. But sort of the high time frame, or not the high time frame, the high probability trade for me is probably I would like to either we bounce from here and have one more real sharp move up into that sort of mid 80 region, or which on the linear chart would be up here with the golden pocket, or we come down into this 77 and I look for a really nice swing from here to 85, 86. That would be the trade. And that would actually hold up with structure as well. That would still maintain our higher low structure here over a period of time. We come into this and then we would rally up here. And that would probably be a bit of a trade I'd be looking at, probably stop loss below there or something like that. And I'd be looking for a trade like that. So we'll wait and see what happens, Craig. But basically, if we do areas of interest, for those that are interested, we have if we draw our fib from the low to the current swing high, that golden pocket also aligns with the start of that daily FVG there at about sort of 70, let's say 78. So yeah, interesting time. I mean, alts, we'll look at some altcoin charts very shortly. We'll look at, if you have chart requests, guys, chuck them in the chat. More than happy to go through them. But yeah, any thoughts on Bitcoin specifically there, Craig? Very interesting price action at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, exactly the same thoughts as you. Either this is a shallow retracement, we go and retest 80, 85, and then go lower from there, or we go lower now, retest support down the bottom, like you just said, and then we can go higher, or we just continue to dump, Greeny, and go lower, after people got very excited. And there were a lot of people yesterday saying that the 4-year cycle is broken and we are sending to a new all-time high. And I just wonder how the
bottom is in. The bottom is in.
Like the amount of hype I saw yesterday on the timeline, that's why I said everyone needs to calm down a bit. And then we broke down and I thought, wow, that was quick.
I'm optimistically cautious. I've said that for a while. There's a world I see us only coming back to 65 and chop for a couple months. And then, yeah, that's the bottom. But but I want to see that. Like, and we say this frequently, like, if we pump from here and that's the bottom, there's no way we sustain a healthy run of multiple years. Okay, it's just not how it works. It's not how it works. So
I really want to see us retest that 59 or somewhere close there. Just retest it and see how that bad boy holds up.
have you got buy orders lower, or what's your plan?
No, I haven't got buy orders set up, but 59 and I'm even tempted like you now, maybe even 65. Maybe
what levels do you start? Are you happy to buy again, do you think?
59 and lower, I'm happy.
Really? So not in the 60K region at all?
No, I'll buy in the 60s, but I won't be particularly happy. Happy is 59 and lower, Greeny.
Hugo's just brought up Ton. Yeah, mate. I looked at the chart. I shared it on Twitter yesterday saying, who can tell me what's happening? And yeah, they increased the speed, or they dropped the fees by 6 times or something. I can't remember, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Ton's gone absolutely crazy. I can pull that chart up, but yeah, Bitcoin. So you're not interested in Bitcoin at all in the 60K region?
I will buy in the 60s, but I won't be over the moon about it. I'll be over the moon in the 50s.
Interesting.
And that's
what happens if you start? What happens if we only go to 70K, Craig, and you never see 60K again? Will you be angry at yourself?
No, I'll sell in pumps. No, I'll be fine.
Because you've already got exposure. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm holding it, so it's not like I'm in. I'm in. I've actually I've got a longer hold Bitcoin bag as well. So the one I talk about is my trading bag, but I have a longer hold Bitcoin bag that's bigger than the 0.3 I talk about. So I have Bitcoin. I have Bitcoin. So no, what I'm getting at is I'm not gagging to get, I want more, but I want deep value, Greeny. I want deep value. But hey, 65 might be, I'm willing to give away 10%. Like, I'm not going to try time the bottom. Will I buy at 65? Yes. Will I be shouting from the rooftops when I do that? Not really. At 38, I will go, let's go. So
I'm sorry. I don't think we go that deep personally.
Yeah.
Clipper, I don't think we go that deep.
Yeah, I don't necessarily do, but if we do, Greeny, that'll be a great clip.
Yeah, but if we go to $479,000, Craig, and you sell it at 180, like,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
6-7.
Bro,
6-7.
Don't tempt me with 180 right now, man. I'll sell there all day right now.
We're only going to 150, bro. We're only going to 150. All right. So Ton, so Hugo says some big news on Ton, Greeny. Price done cuckoo. You familiar with the Ton ecosystem? Look, not really. Honestly, I'll be real. I haven't spent a lot of time with this ecosystem. I kind of always faded it after their meet. Oh, dude, sexy, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro.
38K sexy. We're gonna get it, man. You wait for my black swan flu to hit. It's coming.
Oh, Craig and his buddy. I might be looking for a new co-host, guys, soon.
I'm making hats in my lounge at the moment. They're made out of tinfoil.
But anyways, no. Look, Ton, obviously, ever since like there was a few things.
Ton was a bit of a scam chain, Greeny. Why do I have that opinion?
Yeah, I think this is why it's very bullish. In this point here that Hugo just said, Telegram took over the blockchain and away from the foundation. Now that I read that and Pavel's back in charge of it, that's pretty bullish because I do agree. I think initially there was like a few things I looked into it. Wasn't that, I'm not a sticker collector for Ton. I'm not one that's going to be like, oh yeah, shit, I'm going to go mint my Moonbird sticker on Ton or whatever, Bodoggos or whatever. Like, I don't really give a shit about that.
That didn't grab me either, that little sticker movement for a bit.
And like, I remember like Alyssa was talking about it being like, oh, they're up like 10x. I'm like, sick. Like, you're trading stickers. Congrats.
I really do any of these. I can't do stickers, Greeny.
No, neither. And also you had to like set up a wallet and stuff in Telegram, all that sort of stuff. Anyways, I've just had bad experiences with Telegram personally, so I maybe fade. But now that he's taken over the blockchain as well, that is pretty bullish, and hence why this chart is up tremendously off the lows. Tough time. It's up 105% literally in the past 2 days. Past week. Let's call it past week.
It's a great bump in the bear market, bro, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 billion users. Yeah, so I do agree that Telegram and Ton blockchain more aligned at the moment. It was great to see, and I think this is definitely one to keep on your radar if you do see a bit of a pullback, because now that they are co-aligned again and co-owned, let's call it as well, that's it. That is a bullish catalyst for me fundamentally. So we'll keep an eye on this. I know Easy's in this trade already. So
is he the dirty dog? Is I mean, what is Ton laying down the railways for Telegram? Is that what's happening here? What, like, is that what it is?
Well, I mean, dude, I watched their YouTube video a couple months back on Telegram, and it's insane how bullish that platform is for just the future of communication, let's call it as well, like private and like data. Like I'm bullish on Telegram. Like when I didn't really understand it at first because I didn't know the backstory and the history behind it, and only recently have sort of dove into it a little bit deeper. So yeah, I do like that they've taken over the blockchain. That makes me more bullish on looking for an entry on this if we do see it. But I mean, now you've got so much liquidity sitting there just waiting to be traded back in. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, I mean, great pump over the past week or so, Craig. But probably, I mean, I'm not chasing this. I mean, a chart like this is something I mean, it's funny. A lot of people can buy into the chart like this and then it keeps them doing this, right? But I'm not one of those people. I'm sorry. I'm not one of those people. I've been burnt way too many times with meme coins and altcoins doing that. And I can't do this. If I can't find a good entry, I'll find another good entry somewhere else. Like that's just my thesis. Yeah.
I agree. Great if you were in the trade, for absolutely phenomenal. And it feels bloody good if you get this at the bottom and it does, because you're invincible almost as long as you don't round trip. If you're already in, you're gagging for people like Greeny to enter now because you can start scaling out. I'm the same as Greeny. I did that with Solana in 21. I was top lasting, and I ended up having to hold for like 6 to 9 months to even break even. And it's not a great feeling watching a chart for months and months and months just to try and get out, break even. It's time consuming and it's draining to make no money. So I'm the same as Greeny. I've learned my lessons. Back in the day in 21, I would have aped on this, didn't care where. Now I'm like, nah, there'll be more. There'll be another story, Greeny, somewhere else about something else.
You just gotta you gotta front run the news. That's the best strategy, I think.
Like too many people talking about it now. Like for you to buy now, you're so late. Like you know, if it's on the timeline and everyone's in the chat here telling you about it, like
it's too late. I mean, the chart's up 110% in the past week, so I'm not interested. So we'll move it. Coinbase was requested earlier, sitting at its golden pocket. I mean, structure still looks pretty good here when you look at it. It's like he had a big parabolic move. Now you're in a corrective period. You probably want to see Coinbase hold 144. If it can't hold that, then probably doesn't look too good. We'll probably go lower. So watch for, I mean, same as crypto. Like this will probably break out when the bull market starts again as well. Like a really nice bounce already. You could say that this is obviously kind of like an ascending triangle playing out here. A lot of people think... well, I mean, based on my experience trading a lot, I'm not really a fan of an ascending triangle wedge, whatever you want to call it. I actually treat this more of a bearish pattern than a bullish pattern. I've in my experience, it's more rare for it to do a breakout and more common for it to come back and test lower liquidity, right? Because when you think about it, like you have liquidity there, you have liquidity there, you have liquidity there. So liquidity there, you have liquidity like below all these lows, very similar to Bitcoin. So I would rather see something like that. And then maybe one more bounce at that low. And then that could be potentially a nice opportunity. But as always, do your own research. Trade's very risky. Craig, let's talk about this one. Ondo, another one that we haven't spoken about on the show probably for a long time, but it broke out of its reaccumulation range. Craig, really, you know what's really sad? I opened some swing longs. I'm going to say, like, when was this? Hold on. It was like, it was back here. It was like, let's say 3-4 weeks ago, a month. I'll say a month ago. I opened some swing longs on like Virtual, Ondo, Nia. I think they were the main three I was looking at.
Yeah.
And I lacked, see, this is 20% of trading is finding an entry. 80% of trading is the emotional attachment that you have when you're in a position and not fucking it up. And I fucked up these trades. I was literally, I mean, hold on. Let me go to Hyperliquid and open Ondo on Hyperliquid.
Yeah. Have you got it marked out there?
It'll probably have exactly where I bought and sold. Let's see.
Did you actually just sell recently?
Look at this. Okay. Hey, don't be like me, okay? I'm good most of the time, but I still fuck up. Look at this. Bought, sold.
Oh.
But like, you get what I mean, right? You get what I
You
mean?
did
Like
predict the downside for a little bit though, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
like, see what I mean? Like, if I zoom in and just show you, okay, I just lacked the pace. I had the right
Such a
idea.
nice entry, really, in hindsight.
I had the right idea. I would have been up. Like, I mean, it's hard to obviously know exactly where my entry is, but if we go back to the 4 hour, like, it was about there. So I would have been up 34% on, like, I think it would have been like 3 or 5x average. So I would have doubled my position
Yeah.
um, over the past 20 if I had just had a little bit of extra patience. But I think I got out pretty much at break even, but I saw the dip, and Bitcoin must have been doing something at some stage here too. But
Yeah.
altcoins held up really well when Bitcoin kind of played a little bit of a corrective move. But that's just a great example of 80% of trading is about the emotional, the psychology, the patience, not clicking more buttons. I mean, I did it again literally over the past few days. I had another trade where I was super happy with the analysis, but then I thought Bitcoin was going to dump. So I got out of the altcoin trade, and then 2 days later it pumped. And I was like, fucking hell. Like, I had the entry, I had the setup, I was confident. I need to step away. And like, the
Yeah.
thing I get, it's so crazy. And I'm like, hey, I'm just speaking outwardly about what everyone goes through. Like, I need to remember that I'm only allocating like 1% to these trades. It's not like I'm allocating tens of thousands of dollars. It's not like I'm going to be wasting tens of thousands of dollars. I'm literally allocating 1% of the portfolio. If it goes down on low leverage, I probably don't even lose 1%. I probably lose about like max 60% of that 1%. So I'm not even losing out, and I just need to sit in the position. So these are things that even me I'm not a pro, I wouldn't call myself a pro trader, but as someone that does this full time, Craig, I'm still going through the motions and still emotionally struggling with it. Like, I mean, virtual's very similar. Like, Ondo, really nice breakout. I knew it was going to happen. RWA is absolutely on a heater recently. Reaccumulation range, bang. That's a textbook setup. Virtual as well is another one that you can look at. Like, I was in this too, Craig. Lack the patience. It's up since, I mean, I was like looking at it here. So it's up 50% from when I was looking at it as well, virtual. So such a shame.
What took you off to these, Benny? What made for the viewers, what made you like the look of these?
So the reaccumulation ranges, so technicals, I looked at it, I really liked it. It was coming into structure. So not only like, it was showing me a nice sort of bottomed out period here, right? Like, if we draw a rectangle, like, basically it was a reaccumulation. Oh, dude, the magnet's on. But basically a reaccumulation phase over a period of time here where I liked it, was looking good, and then it obviously had a breakout. Now, obviously, on the back of fundamentals, virtual's obviously deep into that AI world. Ondo's more of a RWA play. So I was looking, yeah, see, I agree, Sex. I should set up a separate account. I should set up another exchange with like 10 grand on there, and that should be and it should be really hard for me to actually go and get out of those positions, right? I think that's the issue I face is I kind of try and control it all in the one account or the two accounts. So I need to be a bit more strategic with that. So I do agree with that. That's good advice there. But yeah, so basically it's fundamentally, Craig, they fit the right categories for me, that being AI, that being infrastructure, or just in the AI hype narrative. It also means RWA is a big one as well, like real world assets, and that's Ondo as well. They're building out quite aggressively. So those are the ones that I faded profit on, but it is what it is. Hey, at least you know what? And like, this is the mental battle that you face. Like, sure, I fucked up. I didn't make as much money as I could have, but I'm still, it gives me confidence that I was finding the right trades. I was in the trades. I messed up the second aspect of the trade, right? And that's why I built my whole framework, and everything that's underpinned in GTG is literally to avoid being emotional in a trade. So even I still struggle with it sometimes because I lack the patience of the separation between a scalp and a swing. And I think that's a really good definition that we try and speak through as well as GTG. And I feel, and again, I'm transparent. I'm here to tell you, I don't win 100% of the time. And anybody that tells you or shares their wins only, what I hate, all these people who gain so many followers, Craig, and like some people I respect too, they don't talk about their losses. And it just drives me insane because I know for a fact they'll share a chart and then they won't even refer back to that chart because it's down 40%. And they're like, oh yeah, no, like they'll just move on to other charts or change the topic. So it really sucks. But yeah, so this is Link as well. Keep an eye on it. It's similar sort of structure right now. It's playing into its reaccumulation range. So here's one I would keep on your radar as well. But similar to Bitcoin, Craig, you've got all this liquidity sitting under here. You got liquidity under all of these lows. Like, I would love for it to do something like this. Like that would make me so bullish if it came and did something like that. So I'm keen to look for swings. I'm keen to look for positions. I just think, based on what I'm looking at, like, I could be wrong here. Like, this is a good example where you might have another retest of this resistance and then it does something like this, right? So I could be wrong, and I might just have to keep an eye out for Link as well, because it could do something a little bit more aggressive over the coming week or so. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Should be nice if you got a win on Link, man. I'd be impressed.
Yeah,
I
mate.
don't know if anyone's made money on Link since 21. Since
I know, dude. I know.
Actually.
I know, it's pretty crazy. I mean, another chart that's on
time, right? Maybe some of these dinosaurs need to move at some point.
Well, they will, Craig, and that's the thing. Like, when you trade, like, at some stage, if the market moves up, generally, a lot of these dinosaurs still move up, right?
Yeah, yeah. And we might be getting up to that exciting period in the market in the next sort of now till the next 6 months, where you can find bottom out charts. And that's where
without a doubt.
You're hunting, can't you? I love that, dude. I love hunting bottoms, man. It's fucking fun.
Yeah, without a doubt, the next 6 months will be probably the best time to be in crypto for ROI.
For lack of a better word, probably the easiest money. I say that, so be careful out there, guys. I don't mean it's easy, but it's easier than at the top. It's easier. It's safer than when Bitcoin's at 127 and you're like, I'm looking for entries. It's like, good luck, man. Like, fuck, the downside's so much more. R&R's not as great. It's getting good now. R&R is getting good now.
Well, here's another one. I'll share some more. Sui's fighting, well, not fighting, but finding support at its 0.5 of its reaccumulation range as well. So another one that you could look. I mean, Sexy might already have a position on this where you're just staying super patient. It really depends on the funding rates as well of these positions. But even like something like this could be on your radar over the coming weeks and coming months, where I'd want to see like a breakout towards sort of the golden pocket of the previous high, stop loss probably below this. So, like, what I would hate and what probably will happen, and I mean, this is exactly how these usually play out, is like, we might move up and then you could do something like this, okay? And then and you get stopped out at the lows, because that's exactly like Bitcoin has, Sexy said it yesterday in GTG, 16 billion, Craig, dollars of liquidity sitting below the current lows on Bitcoin. Where price action. So we have to go grab at least some portion of that.
Yeah, surely. Yeah, surely. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Are you any alts in particular you really want to get into here?
Well, I think I would rather just swing trade a lot of them. So I mean, for me, yeah, there's a few. Like, I'd keep an eye on Sui, I'd keep an eye on Link. I'd also keep an eye, obviously, on Hyperliquid is just too strong. I think unless you see 35 and below, I'm probably not interested. Zcash, watch a pullback on it. Pendle's another one that I only have just recently added to my radar as well, but another example of a trade that has broken out recently. What else is on my list here? I mean, I would just look for swing positions personally. Like, I'd just look for swing positions on a lot of these and hope that you can capture some of the upside of that, rather than like allocating spot. I do have some spot positions in NIA, which did break out a little bit here on low time frames. I bought a little bit of Tau as well down here at $240. So I am in a little bit of profit on those. I also bought a little bit of Fart Coin, Craig, because it broke out. Yeah. So it's similar structure. I mean, I took a trade on this as well, but it was holding the VWAP here really nicely at the bottom of its range, grinding up against a weekly level, and it broke out against that. So yeah, I bought a bit of Farcoin down here. I bought a bit of Rect as well, obviously, that we spoke about previously. I bought a bit of Useless as well, Craig, and I'm in a long as well down here. So yeah, look, I do have exposure, a small amount of exposure, not a lot, but I'm shorting the bottom of Bitcoin here. I don't know what you mean by shorting the botcom. Connor, good to see you back, legend. Good to see you. It's been a while since we've seen you commenting on the show. Thanks for commenting. But I bought a bit. So yeah, Craig, I do have exposure to a few things, not a lot. Like, I bought a little, like only a couple grand of these sort of things, but not just in case, but because I saw strength, and it was like, well, I'm happy with value area. If it breaks out from here, then GG's. But if it comes back down to retest, well, so be it. And I'll look for another trade. So we'll wait and see. I think we're not far away from from testing some of these levels, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens.
Patience required, I suppose.
I sold some spot Bitcoin as well. I did sell some spot Bitcoin.
Did ya?
Yeah, so I had entries from like, I don't know, 65, not a lot, but I was like, you know what, like it's up at 80K. I'll sell some here. I'll sell some
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Maybe not a bad move. Maybe not a bad move.
Yeah.
What's your gut telling you about Bitcoin here? Do you think we break high and test the 85, or do you think we pull back further?
I actually don't have a read, and a lot of traders I follow as well don't really have a read right now. I'm short, but I'm short with, I've taken a bit of profits, and I'm also my stop loss is break even, so can't lose that trade. Yeah, look, as I said, we either bounce. Sexy has an Elliott wave that would bounce from this region here, low time frames, which is also a retest of these highs here, actually. So it's quite bullish if we do bounce from here, which is why I have moved my stop loss to break even personally. But this is a bearish deviation at the top of the second standard deviation of the VWAP from the current breakdown high, in alignment with this bear flag, parallel channel, whatever you want to call it. Into the log golden pocket as well. So something to keep on as well. Into the 12-hour order block, I think on the log. Yeah, not quite, but yeah, I don't know. It's a tough time for me. We either bounce from where we are today or we come a little bit lower to 77. Then that's a crucial area for me. With daily FEG, golden pocket here from the current swing low. If that doesn't hold, we head back to the value area high and the March 24 highs, sort of 73, 70. I mean, and oh, Greeny, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, that's fucking trading, bro. Like, probably it's all about probability. It's all about like what.
Man.
If A happens, I do B. If C happens, I do D. If E happens, I do F. If X happens, I'll do Z. Right? That's how trading works. Okay, particularly if you're trading on low time frames, not just buying and holding. Okay. So yeah, there's multiple scenarios. I still think, and Sexy would agree with this as well. This level up here is probably a level of interest for quite a big, for a lot of people, for a very aggressive swing short. Okay. If you do see 84, 85, I'm sure a lot of people will be piling in here. Stop loss is probably sitting above these highs up here, targeting literally back towards about 60K. Honestly, a lot of people will be doing something like this probably. So, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that, because if you see a lot of orders piling in here and it's not being held down, then yeah, you could arguably see that this, like, we could easily do something like this, all right, and then break down and stop all of the liquidity that's sitting there. But you got to remember, as we said, we've got liquidity sitting below all these lows, right? Low, 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 low. Like, these are all higher lows. Like, that's not a bullish structure. Usually that is a corrective move down here, right? When you have built up liquidity with higher lows over a long period of time. So we'll wait and see. So I think that's probably a good way to leave the episode today. It's probably a little way.
Yeah, so I'll get ready to get my entry at 65 soon, Greeny, maybe this weekend.
I would love to see that. If your conspiracy theories start to hit us, then maybe we do. Maybe we do.
Yeah. No, I think it'll take time for my theory to cook. I think we're talking 6 months to a year, somewhere in there. And then, guys, we're going to get our lows. But no, I think I agree with you. It's hard. That's why I asked you what your gut was saying, because I didn't have a read on it right now. Same as you. 2 options, 2 probabilities are the main ones for me, and just let the market lead. Really, right? Just see what the market wants to do. It'll show us soon enough. It'll show its hand. But I'm very interested to see if we can continue to pump on pretty low volume or not. So, probably my gut says maybe we do. But like you just said, that's a pretty bearish pattern there, bro. Like
this has been declining volume as well, which we have spoken about previously as well. Like that's historically not very good when you see declining volume like that. So with a move to the upside, you want volume to come in and support the moves, right? Like, I mean, if we go back and have a look, we zoom out a little bit. This chart might not have it, but like, you want to see this. Like, this is exactly, so you have a break of a trend here. Okay, either way you want to look at it, you have a break of a trend here, you have a break of a trend here, but you see a volume change, right? You see a breakout here. All right, let me change the color so it makes it nice and clear. You see a breakout there. All right. With volume coming in, displacing the previous. That's how a bottom is formed. Again, this was a sweep of a lows as well. Okay, we had the high, we came down, we swept, we went one time lower, and then we regrind, and then off we went. Right, so that's a sweep of a low as well, plus volume increasing off the blow, retest, bang, we're off to the races, man. Like that's a beautiful bottom, and I want to see at least something similar where volume expands at the same time as a breakout, as the same time of a market structure break, after we've swept a little bit of the liquidity that's down here. So, I mean, if we turn it all off, if we go to this one, I mean, yeah, we've also got the 382, which is a very interesting level at the 85K level as well. So I am very curious about that. But basically, you've got all these lows just sitting here over a long period of time. Like I wanted, and look at that declining volume, Craig. So it just doesn't look good unless we do something like this, okay, where volume just goes absolutely nuts the next couple of weeks, and price goes nuts and starts getting above that 93K. Okay, I will change my tune and say, well, yeah, this is probably very much a macro low. But then it comes back to the same story again. Well, I just don't think there's no way, if this is the low, there's no way we go to 200 plus K. That's just not
how. I just don't see how. There's no excitement in the room.
No. So
like who's going to plow money in to get us there? No one has any. Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's going to be the ETFs. I don't think that's going to do it, as we've seen. They're just going to capitulate if we go down. Michael Saylor's going to sell. So, shit. Hopefully the market heard that and just goes, fuck you, Craig, and sings.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Connor, you just have to watch the replay, Legend. You have to watch the replay if you miss that little section. I mean, we've been speaking for the last sort of 40 minutes on alts specifically and charts. So, yeah, I hope that gives you insight. Craig, have a lovely Friday. Have a lovely weekend, mate. And we'll be back Sunday night, same time for everyone, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on the Monday. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Great to see a lot of comments. Sexy, I hope. Thanks for staying up till 2 a.m. in the morning to chat with us. I love to see it. I'd also don't love to see that for your health. But Hugo, as always, pleasure having you in the chat. Nico, same as you, Legend. Good to see you as well. And GM Rero as well, another regular viewer. Great to see you. Connor, good to see you back in the chat as well, Legend. Craig, have a lovely weekend. And yeah, we'll be back live again next week.
Thanks, Greeny. Thanks, everyone. And we'll catch you Sunday/Monday.
See you guys. Bye-bye.